So it was
Okay,
you
so did
playing the Reinhardt here, correct, Revolutionist?
No, it was
Right.
actually plain.
Playing. Oh, of course, playing Gazelle. I'm being Pepega. Don't mind me.
No, it's okay
Okay.
because I played afterwards. I played a game of Lucio on his account, so I could see how it'd be confusing.
Okay. So right now on King's Row, yeah, you're always gonna want to be holding around this gate over here. Yeah, in a brawl comp, this is a good place to have your first hold just to see where the enemy is. Another common place is right back here. Both of them give you good sight lines for seeing the enemy through the choke here. Here, but more importantly, yeah, playing back here is is the one I would recommend more. You get the same sight lines, and you can see if anyone's going into theater over here. But it also gives you a little more safety. For instance, if they're running, if they start off with a widow up here, and you guys are just all playing out in front, of this gate here, that can be an easy pick for a widow. So right now, let's just turn this off here. If I was a widowmaker, here I would be looking at soldier up over here. That would be an easy pick for the widow. Yeah, Lucio and Zarya as well. Those would be easy picks. Yeah, granted, Zarya would be able to survive a headshot, but but these are two very easy picks for a widowmaker, and also the Ana sitting out over here. All these are very, very easy picks for a widowmaker at the start. So playing safe is what you're going to want to do at the start here, especially on King's Row. Yeah, the number one thing that can help you guys out with that is by knowing where the enemy can be. So so on the attack here, what you guys are running, the Rein Zarya with the Lucio. Let me ask you, what kind of comp would you be running with the Rein Zarya Lucio? What kind of comp would that be? A
Feature
brawly
pick
style.
me.
Yeah, this is a very brawly style comp. Yeah, these types of heroes are going to want to go in hard and fast and finish the fight. The faster that they are able to finish a fight, the better. Soldier, the soldier here is more of a poke type comp. So you're just constantly dishing out damage to the enemy, to try and find a pick. Yeah, Ana also facilitates a poke as well. And then we have Neeb on the Tracer here, who is also who's a little more versatile. I would say Ana and Tracer are the most versatile here, where Ana can do well in a poke and a brawly style. Granted, she's playing further back, and Tracer is very good at poke or dive. So what you want to be doing with this comp is your brawl tanks are going to want to be playing around here, and making sure that the enemy isn't able to get a lot of forward, isn't able to get good positions. So so if the enemy comes through here and rotates around this way, the tanks are able to coordinate against that and defend over there. Whereas if they start coming up main, you guys already have the defense over there, and you guys can force them back. If they try and go through a hotel again, you can force them back, or if they're already making their way through, you can rotate around and help out here. So I'm going to let this play out right now and see what's going on. So they take the TP up into theater and move to the left side. When that happens, I want to see you guys rotating around. Yep, that's perfect. So Ryan and Zarya, I would say don't try and aggress this way. Yeah, this way up here. Yeah, when you do that, you leave your supports back here on their own as the enemy team is coming around. Yeah, if the enemy team just rushes up this way, they've completely separated you guys from your supports, and that's a very dangerous spot to be in. When you see the rotation come up through here, unless a whole team is going with you, don't aggress in that way. rotating back to here is the much safer option. That way, if they decide to drop down and rush at you, they're not getting to your supports. Yeah, and if they drop down here and go back into this building here, again, you guys are able to keep your supports safe. So yeah, so let's get back. And actually, oh no, you've rotated around through there. This is a good spot for soldiers to be. I would say at the start, this might be a little bit of a better idea than standing out over here. Granted, you're still very, very standing over here. You're still very open to a Widowmaker headshot, but I would say it's a lot better than standing out in the open there. You quickly rotate back around, which is good, and now the Genji starts harassing the back line. So let me ask you this: in that situation, and this was something that Genji kept doing, was going and harassing your backline there. Whose job is it in your comp to go and help the supports if they need it?
Zarya.
The soldier, maybe?
So Zarya, soldier. I like both of these responses here. So, and follow-up question: in that case, what utility would be used to help out there?
Zarya could bubble the support to try to get them out of there, or to try to prolong their life for Zarya to get there.
Yeah, the Zarya is can bubble one of those supports if they need the help. Ana is usually the first. Ana is usually the one that would get it since she has very few ways to get out of an engagement. Lucio a lot more mobile, able to deal with someone diving on him a lot easier. So I like the call for Zarya. Yeah, I like to call for Zarya. That's very good. Soldier can quickly turn around and apply pressure to the Genji, but that's the most that the soldier can do. Yeah, and this goes into how this comp should be played. When you're all the way out here, it's a lot harder for you to help your supports. So usually as Zarya, you're going to be playing around your Reinhardt, usually right next to them. So that if his barrier is getting low, you can go in front, use your projective barrier to let Ryan's shield recharge. As Ryan goes forward, you can assist him. But more importantly, if your backline starts to get harassed, you can quickly turn around and apply pressure to whoever is harassing your backline. With you all the way out here, yes, it's a great off angle you have on the Sigma, but it leaves your backline exposed. Thankfully, you guys all focus them down and you hold off the defense, which is good. This is what I want to be seeing more of. This is your brawl side of things here. When you're playing a brawl comp, you want to be playing very, very close to each other like this. This is very good. Ana, you can be playing further back. Usually, if they're playing at this choke, I would usually play back over here. You have good sight lines on them, and you can easily top them up. If you feel like you're too far away, playing here is also a good spot. Playing around hard cover is going to be your best friend as an Ana player. So you should always be thinking about that. Soldier?
I have a question.
Yes.
How long have you guys been doing this? I just got here.
Not for too long.
Okay.
We've only
We
been doing it.
started at 8.
All right, my bad.
Yeah, it's all good. So yep, soldier. I like it over here. You're able to peek out and see everyone. Again, be wary of the sight lines though, because again, if they swap to Widow, go up here. You are a sitting duck over there. Yeah. So I actually wouldn't mind if you were just playing down over here, just poking in at them, or even come around over here poking at them. But again, they're not running a Widowmaker, so this is perfectly fine. Tracer is usually going to be able to go out and scout to see what's going on, similar to a Sombra, but not 100% like that. Yeah, Tracer, her big advantage is she's able to get out of a situation very, very easily. Both of her cooldowns are very good for both engaging and then disengaging. Yeah. So, for instance, playing up here initially is seeing at waiting for people to go out and then going out and scouting is very, very good. Or even just playing back over here and getting some scouting. Yeah, and then you're able to get out very, very quickly. I'm not the best for DPS coaching, but I will try my best to help out there as well. So right now this defense is good, getting some scouting, and they start to rush in on you. Yeah, and this is something that you need to be wary of as a support. On an attack on King's Row, as they can start coming out through here, it's very likely that someone else is going to be coming through a hotel here. So once the attack starts to come in, usually rotating back to here is going to be your safest option. Yeah, so that's what I would recommend instead of backing up this way. Because at this current moment, you are getting assaulted by both Reaper and Lucio. Luckily, you do have your Zarya here, so hopefully Zarya is able to turn around. Great sleep. At that point, you need to back up. Good job backing up. All right. So that was pretty darn good there. So when playing a comp like this, it's one thing, and this goes for any comp as well. Who is out of everyone on the team, who has the primary job of calling targets?
Tank.
Main tanks and supports.
Yeah, the main tank is your primary source for calling targets. So for instance, if in the middle of a fight your Rhine is yelling at you, Genji, 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 everyone should start turning and looking for that Genji, and everyone should be focusing that Genji down. Yeah. The way to quickly end fights is if everyone focuses one target and they'll get melted if all of you are pumping your resources into killing that thing. Rhine swinging, Zarya right clicking or lasering, Lucio doing Lucio things. If everyone is shooting at the same targets, there's no way that they'll be able to keep them up. So what I really want to see is everyone to be focusing around the same target. Zarya, I would say play a little closer to your Rhine. And this is the advantage of having a little bit of poke here. Yeah, the way that poke does well is if the poke is coming from multiple angles like this. So you have your initial brawl coming in over here, and then you have your soldier up on the high ground that's able to attack them from a different angle. Tracer is out here getting some scouting, but she can also come in and start harassing from a different angle. This is a pretty good setup to defend against what they're running here. I love the grav there. That grav, I believe you use that defensively against the Dragon Blade, which worked very, very well. It made it so that Dragon Blade got 0 value. And that's something that's very important, is knowing what alts are able to defend against others, or what alts or which alts of yours can finish fights quickly. This leads into alt tracking, and who on your team is going to be the primary alt tracker?
Main tank again?
Yep, it would be the main support. The main tank's job is to coordinate how a fight is going to go. The main support is supposed to get is supposed to make sure that everything gets set up properly.
Okay.
So what you need to be doing is alt tracking what alts the enemy has. This comes with time and getting used to how fast ult builds. Yeah, how fast certain ults build. For instance, yeah, if it's a heavy brawl, yeah, Reinhardt is going to build Shatter really, really quickly, and Reaper can build Death Blossom at a fairly fast rate. Same thing with Ana and Nano. She'll build that very, very quickly. Whereas it could take a while for a Hog to build Charge. Yeah, definitely not as fast as a Reinhardt. But that just comes with playing the game a little more. So right now in this situation, yeah, they're coming in with Beat and Nano. Yeah, those are two ults that I would 100% expect they have. I believe they swapped to the Hog not too long ago, so they're not going to have that. So I would say the call for right now would be to shatter and throw a nade in. That is a great combo there. So you get picked by the Hog. Once you see that they have a Hog, you need to be playing a lot safer, because that Hog, if the Hog gets a hook on you, you are easily dead. They beat into aggress and you beat to defend. I like this. But right now this is something I want to focus on. You guys were very, very split. And so at this moment in time, everyone is just going in on your Rhine, and you guys have backed up very, very far. This is something that in this situation you need to be playing around your Rhine, especially you, Zarya and Lucio. Yeah, if you guys are around your Rhine, you're able to help each other out a lot better. Yeah, like you back up very far, far back here, Zarya, to the point that it's very hard for you to help your Reinhardt. The Shatter, it takes a while for that Shatter to actually come out. I actually want to see that from your perspective here.
I think he got booped.
Yeah, I got booped, I think.
Oh, okay, you got booped up? Okay, yeah, so I believe you do get booped up, but yeah, when you use Shatter, just make sure you don't jump before using it as well, because because that increases the cast animation. This is not only important for you, but especially for Lucio, because a lot of Lucio players, and I will admit to this as well, a lot of them will instinctively jump before using beat, and that increases the cast time. So be very, very careful about that.
Yeah,
you guys
that was
end
the
up
thing
cleaning
I
up
did for a long time.
Yeah. Okay. You guys end up cleaning up the fight, which is good. And right now, we ended up investing all 3 of the ults we have, but now we have 3 more ults. A great combo to use here would be Grav and Pulse Bomb. That is a wonderful combo, especially since they don't have they don't really have any defense against it. They could try and shield it, but that's about it. Everything else, they wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Great pick on the Genji. So when your Rhine is coming back from spawn, I would not hold this far forward. Yeah, playing back over here, giving them a little bit of space is a lot safer. First off, gives time for your Reinhardt to come back, and it guarantees that you won't get picked. Yep. You rotate around to your team to help the poke. That's fine. Trace. You grab very early, and the Pulse Bomb comes in. That was very, very good. Yeah, and this is what I mean by it's very powerful. When you grab, the Grav came out, and Nebe was right there to just get the Pulse Bomb on them and completely clean it up. That's what I want to see. So you should almost never go past this line as a Reinhardt unless the enemy is all down on the floor. Okay, so for that, the Reaper came in straight to the back line and ulted. So something like that, the Reaper hasn't used Death Blossom yet, so that should be something that that they have Death Blossom. So when you start to see the Reaper just walking straight towards you through here, you need to be backing up away from him. Right, when playing Ana, this is a good spot to play initially. Yeah, if your team is playing right around here, because number one, you can help support your team, and you're not in danger of getting picked by an enemy. And number two, you can scout through hotel to see if the enemies are deciding to rush through here. As soon as you see enemies start coming through there, you just need to back up to here, and you need to call it out so your Reinhardt can come over here and play around this choke here. Yeah, small little things like that will help out in the long run. They end up pressing Q and winning this fight. You try to use the tack visor to swing it. At this point, after you've lost two, I would be very hesitant about using ult unless you know 100% certain that it'll swing the fights. Yeah. So now everyone's trying to go forward. So one thing I want to urge is the person that should be going forward here is the Reinhardt. Yeah, the Reinhardt and the Zarya. Those should be the two up front. I don't want to see, especially supports, I don't want to see you go in front of the Rein shield. Soldier, you were off over here. This is a very scary spot to be. Sure, you get good sight lines on the enemy, but as soon as they see you, they can rush forward through here, and you only have this narrow choke to come to back up to. Honestly, playing around here is a lot better. Yeah, or playing around here, or even better, playing around your Reinhardt as well. These are very good. Something else that you could do that could catch them off guard is actually coming around through here and taking the high ground. You can come through this building and up the steps and go and take the high ground. Yeah, because once you come up here, if they start to make their way through this choke, you just peek out over here and start gunning them down. That would be a great crossfire for if your team is holding here and the enemy is playing around here. This is another great spot as well. Playing back here is very, very good. And this is probably the spot that you should play, and the reason why is because of this choke right here. Once they capture the point here and you guys are all grouped up, this should be where you hold them here. You can hold them for very long at this choke. It's a very narrow choke and hard to push through. So setting up around here is what you really want to be doing. So Reinhardt playing around over here with Zarya as well. Lucio just doing Lucio things, bouncing along the wall, having a good time. Ana either playing back over here or back over here. I would say here is a lot safer because you can peek out, top up your team, and you're good. Soldier playing back on this high ground, and Tracer able to go wherever Tracer needs to go. So let's see how this happens. Soldier gets picked up, and that is a very long hook. I like the reaction for the bubble. That was good. And then the Genji just starts harassing everyone in the backline, dashes out, but now Reaper just reigns supreme. What lost you that fight wasn't the fact that there were flankers. Yes, the flankers cleaned everyone up, but it was the lack of focus here. I want you to watch where everyone is looking from the arrows. So Genji dashes and gets everyone, and then everyone's focus starts to run wild. Zarya is still focusing the front line. Lucio trying to focus on the Reaper. Ryan, you're just staring off towards the front of the fight here, not just swinging your hammer. It's not really doing much. I believe you turn around to try and help take the Reaper out, but what lost you this fight was one not being focused on one target, and 2, just being positioned in weird places. Yeah, focusing on where you're positioned is what's going to help you get through fights a lot better. The smarter you're positioned, the easier it'll be to win fights. Right now, what their team is doing is pretty good. They have the Ana doing Cartbot and everything else. So actually, Soldier, I want to see this here. Neeb gets a pick off there, and you get hooked. When you get hooked like that, I would say you find a way to get out. Don't try and hide like this, because that could lead to an easy stagger, like for instance what happens with Neeb over here. Getting out and playing safer, getting back with your team and waiting for them to group up is probably the safer thing to do. Yeah, it's probably a safer thing to do, because once someone dies like this, like this in a stagger, everyone coming back is now put at a disadvantage. This fight is going to be a 6v5 for the first part of it. So when you walked up and tried to hide over there, that was very, very scary. The first thing you should have done is come back to your team. Good sleep, and starting to go forward. This is what I like to see. Ana, I would say playing a little further back would be better. Great beat. Okay. Not bad. So that was pretty good. Zarya, I would say don't go as far forward as you did there. Wait, go forward with your Reinhardt. That's what you want to be doing. You go forward as a unit. Rein and Zarya work amazing, when playing together. Fight comes out here. Grav comes out. Huge nade. That's what I like to see. Good pulse bomb, and start to clean things up. You notice the Reaper over there and start to go after them. At that point, Ryan, I would say don't worry about the Ana over there. Go with your team and deal with the one straggler, who in this case is Genji. Now, this is one thing I want to really stress. So this fight is about to begin, and everyone is completely split. We have the Lucio and Ryan over here. 3 people trying to deal with this Genji. Soldier, you're coming back around to try and help out. I'm presume taking out the Genji. But right now you need to stay together to make sure you win the fight easily. Cancel a shatter, that's great. And I pointed this out with the boot back. I like the idea. Sadly, it did get your Ana. And now it is a 2v1, and Neeb just kind of does what he does. At this point, Neeb is playing this very well, just trying to prevent them from capping. You see that he waited till he waited until it was very, very close to completing to get back to contest a cart. Tries to pulse bomb, and now everyone starts to rush in. So this is something that I want to stress, especially for your Ana here. In this situation, it is not your job to touch the cart. Playing back here is probably the safest thing you can do. You can help your team. You can help your team on cart, get the nano visor off. I like to call for that. And since you're back over here, nice and safe, you're not going to be picked off easily. They're going to need to send someone out of this fight over to you to take you out. And that means an easier situation for everyone on the cart. So playing back there is probably, the safer bet. You nano visor, and everyone starts to come in, and you guys clean it up just fine. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Round 1 complete.
Oh, through. Oh, yeah, through here. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, playing up here is very, very good. Yeah, on point B, you get sight lines to pretty much every single major choke. So this choke over here, and this choke over here, you can be playing up over here. At this choke, you have the high ground here and over here. At this one, you have many options, so many options at surprising the enemy. Yeah, these rafters are very, very good to be playing on as soldier. And yeah, and especially controlling it on attack is very, very good. You can easily, if you're attacking and you end up battling over here, just getting up the stairs and coming up to here is wonderful. It's very hard for anyone on the enemy team to deal with your position there. So let's skip forward to your attack.
Ready for
Oh, of course.
Ready 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So we end up rolling out.
Defend
Okay, I like this setup at the beginning, trying to get an early pick with the immortality field and the widow. I love that call. And yeah, and you actually end up going down to the Junkrat. Now, were you trapped? Yes, it looks like it was a junk trap. So, yeah, so be careful about Junkrat traps. That's something that you'll just learn after a while. But now we know. Now you know that they're running a Junkrat. At that point, when one of you gets picked, I would say that's the point to just soft reset, get back a little, play around over here. Luckily, King's Row it's very easy for a new fight to start. But this is something else I want to point out again. Look at how first off, you're very, very far forward here, Ryan, and not with your Zarya. But more importantly, your supports are still all the way back here. Pushing forward like this, while your Lucio is dead as a Reinhardt is very scary. Yeah, because their Reinhardt with their Lucio, if they speed into you, there's nothing you can do. Absolutely nothing. And even your Ana back here is not going to be able to help you out since she doesn't have sight lines. When you're rotating like this, you need to make sure everyone is grouped together and be like, okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. You hold your shield up, make sure everyone can get to here, and then you're able to come over here yourself and start taking forward position. Because right now, you guys are very, very split. Luckily, they don't end up engaging on you. The Genji tries to go for you. Good nade. You're swinging away. But see what happened when you were that far forward. I want you to notice how quickly your health bar went down there specifically. So you end up getting topped up. You're at full health now. And now 3, 2, 1, gone. You were at about 60% health there, but in an instant, it was gone. They hard focused you, and your team wasn't able to help you out since they were all back here. Yeah. This is what happens when everyone focuses on the same target. It's very effective at just ending a fight, and that's what I want to see. So yeah, so before you go into the fight, you need to make the call. Okay, we're going here. Let's go. Make sure everyone's around you. In this comp, primarily your Zarya, your Lucio, and if your soldier needs to get to a different position, your soldier as well. Genji can also be playing around there, but Genji is also pretty good at getting different off angles himself. So while you're rotating here, your Lucio, Zarya come with you, and your Ana as well. Your soldier can come around up to here and take this high ground and start poking away from up here. Yeah. And your Genji can go and take position at a different angle. For instance, your Genji can poke from here while you guys rotate there. And if he needs to get out, he can. He can get back to you, or he can dash back to somewhere, dash back to here, get a health pack, whatever he needs to do. But now that you've lost your Reinhardt, it's sadly a fight that should be lost, but your DPS end up popping off, and you guys clean up that fight very well. So let's go forward here. And Genji just going very far forward. Gan, I would be careful about going forward without your Reinhardt. Right now, this is... I'm fine with all 5 of you going forward like this with the Ana behind. You're making sure that you get past this choke and you force them back, which is good. You just need to be aware that you're without Ana heals right now. So, so going forward like that, Zarya, I would be careful about doing it. You end up blading. And this just ends up being an alt fest over here. So let's actually go back a little bit, and I want to see Ryan perspective here. So yeah, you should be playing over here. Oh. And okay, that was unlucky there. It looked like that as the hammer was coming down, you decided you were going to go in and start swinging on them. Yeah, so once a graph comes out, you can start going in and wailing away at them. That is perfectly fine. Yeah, but while you're doing that, you need to be thinking that that there's a chance that the Rhine could have Shatter, especially after that first fight there. The Reinhardt built up Shatter very, very quickly. Now, out of everyone here, who has the best defense against the Shatter?
Yo.
Oh, Lucio. You were saying Lucio. Yes. Lucio with Beat. Yeah, Beat is, in this comp, is wonderful to defend against the Shatter. Yeah, it's perfect for defending against it. Their Rhine played this well and used the Shatter to defend his team against your graph. Granted, they over-invested there and also used Beat to defend against it too. So if you're all tracking and you realize that they have Shatter, Lucio, you need to be playing somewhere that you can't be shattered. Yeah, for instance, playing up on top of the walls is very, very good, because you can just play up here. If your team gets shattered, you can quickly drop in and beat. Yeah, this is something that you can also do for EMP, and that's to hide somewhere. Yeah, that's to hide somewhere out of line of sight of the Reinhardt. The beat cut. Yeah, the Shatter comes in and shatters your whole team. You just come out and lay down beat. It's very, very good. But yeah, for Shatter, you're most likely just gonna be staying up on top of the walls. Granted, it'll take longer for you to get the beat out, but it should still be fine for you to get to make sure that your team is safe. Yeah. And this is something that you can learn with maps as well. For instance, you could be playing up here. If the Shatter comes out, you just beat right down on this corner here. It'll get everyone. It'll get everyone on the ground. and the cast time, and you're not sacrificing cast time for being high up. You guys end up getting wiped, and you fall back. So when everyone is wiped like this, I don't want you guys idling around over here. Just start falling all the way back. Good sleep on the Reinhardt. Again, be very careful about getting this far forward. Yeah, everyone else is just starting to come out of spawn. You guys are very vulnerable, to getting picked off here. Yes, there's a sleeping Rhine, but their Junk and Lucio have also come forward. And they can easily take you out. Lucky your team comes back to you, but you end up dying from the Junkrat. They end up giving you a lot more space than they should be giving you. It's a 4v5. And you beat in response to the tire. But the beat wore off by the time the tire comes out. This just comes down to beat usage against the tire. It's wonderful for defending against the tire. When you first hear the fire in the hole, you need to quickly look around and see if the Junkrat is anywhere nearby. Yeah. If you don't see him, that means the tire is going to be coming in from further away. And you can hold off on your beat a little bit. I'll actually get to your perspective, and we can see, and we can hear what you hear. So back it up a bit. So your best friend in knowing when to use your beat is by listening. So right now, at that point, you need to be looking around to see if the Junkrat is anywhere. Here, it's anywhere. So right now, you're listening. Yeah. So you know, from what you could hear the tire coming up and around over to here. You could hear it from your perspective. So once you hear the tire make it around to here, that's when you want to think about beating. Because if the beat came out then, it would have been able to save both of you there. At that point, the fight is lost and everyone needs to be backing up. I would say don't even play this far forward. Back all the way up. You want to make sure no one gets picked early. Luckily, no one does. The Genji ends up getting into the back line and then just dashes out. And you guys are going forward. The Nano Visor call comes out. You get trapped and slept and then dove on. But this is but again, look at what happened here. We have two groups of 3 in this fight. If you were playing a heavy poke comp, taking multiple angles is fine, but the main part of this comp is playing this in a brawly style. So sticking together is going to be your best bet. But right now, with everyone all over the place, they were able to just focus down one group, and they chose this group and just started to wipe everyone out. You went into Ryan going into here without his supports anywhere near them. It made it so that he couldn't get any help. And this is still winnable. Yeah, and you recognize that when they were grouped, you grabbed in and focused them down. I don't know why their Genji popped ult in the grab. That was a misplay by them. But honestly, a good job swinging that fight around. So Soldier, this is where you want to be coming up onto these rafters. That's what you want to be doing. Honest cart botting. Yeah, Reinhardt up forward. Zarya, you should be up around him as well. This is good here. They shatter, but it ends up being bad. And you beat in response to the whole hog. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with it. It's usually better to be used against a rip tire or a shatter, but it ends up working out. Yep. So when your Reinhardt dies, Zarya, you are then promoted to main tank in this situation as your Reinhardt is coming back. So, yeah, so when he dies, you are then the target color to call who to focus on. In this situation, when the Reinhardt gets a long spawn, Ana, you can go, Ana, you should be on cart, and Lucio, you can go back to your Reinhardt and taxi him forward with your speed. It'll mean that you guys get a fair engagement a lot sooner. Granted, it means that you won't be able to take as much space as you're taking here, but it's far safer to go back and taxi your Reinhardt back than it is to play disjointed like this. All right. Right now, just getting some poke in. And everyone is essentially here except for your Reinhardt. The cart wasn't moving that whole time. Again, in this comp, Ana, you are the cart bot. You're mostly going to be playing around the cart here, unless the enemy pushes forward onto the cart. The Riptire starts to come out. I like everyone's idea to get back, so that it can't get everyone. It's good. The Nano Blade comes out. Ends up creating a lot of space. They back very far back. I like the nade. Genji on your back line. Neeb, good job jumping in to try and help out. You do die for it. And the Genji ends up getting a lot of value. They swap to a Pharah. I don't know why they chose a Pharah, but it's okay. But right now, they've completely regrouped. I would say just to try and get out of this fight as quickly as you can, but you end up getting picks like crazy. I don't know how you got as many picks as you did. But now it is a 5v3, and that's right. With this code, the replay ends early. Okay. I forgot though. Yeah, and you guys end up cleaning up. All in all, I would say the biggest things to focus on when playing this comp, number one, make sure that your brawl core, which is your Rein, Zarya, and Lucio, are playing together. Number two, your poke characters, whichever they are, the Lucio. What am I saying? Your soldier or your Genji / Tracer. They're able to take off angles to pressure their comp to make mistakes, or they get picks. And number three, your Ana playing safely. Further back from the fight, playing around hard cover far more. Does anyone have any questions in particular? Okay. All right, so that was King's Row. And then Ilios was the other one that you wanted to go for, correct?
Yeah, Ilios or Busan.
Ilios or Busan.
I also want to say something. I clicked on Abyss's name so that I can turn him up, and I have the privilege to kick him. Like, my role has, like, the kick privilege, so I just wanted to, like...
Kick me, you
bring
won't.
that to your attention.
Kick me, you won't. Honestly, if I actually want to see who was playing main tank on Busan. So it was Gazelle. It was Gazelle as well. And then who was it on? Sorry, I almost clicked into a comp game.
Ilios was sneaky, I think.
Ilios was sneaky, okay. Let's see. Yes, it was. And Tree
Dude,
was...
Plane hit huge shatters on Busan, 2 of them. Dude, he got the sneakers on those 2. But yeah, let's look at Ilios.
Yeah. And...
Sneaky hooked like 3 people into the pit.
Really? Oh my god. Okay.
I got like 2 boots into the pit.
Damn. Okay. getting the environmentals. I like it. So again, we're playing this comp over here with your poke in Soldier and Tracer. Yeah, your Ana able to support your Brawl, but also getting some poke. And then your main Brawl core of your Reinhardt, your Zarya, and your Lucio. And they have and what they're running is a little weird. They have the Brawl core of Lucio, Reaper, and Reinhardt here. But they also have Moira as well. Moira is very, very good in a Brawl style. Sigma works in a Brawl style too, but I kind of prefer him in poke. Yeah, and Genji is able to poke and dive, mostly diving though. So with the current setup that you guys have, they have the far superior Brawl here. I would think that if they wanted to play this a little better, a Zarya would probably be the better pick, maybe even a D.Va. But right now, their Brawl, their front line is a lot stronger. So in the head-to-head Brawl, they should have the advantage. Right now, everyone needs to be playing up around your Reinhardt. Your Rein goes straight to point, leaving you guys exposed. I'm not too big of a fan of that. Honestly, he should have played around here as you guys made it to point. But he was calling to get to point, get to point. This is going to be a lot harder to spectate here because of this point. And they all end up coming in from this door. Honestly, your Reinhardt needs to be, if they're coming from this angle, he needs to be playing around here, so that if they come through this door, he can swing on them, force them back. If they come through this door, swing on them, force them back, etc. That's going to be the best way to make sure you hold this position here. And Zarya should be right alongside him, helping him out wherever. Now, Ana playing as far back as you can, and Lucio doing Lucio things. Something that could be good for your Soldier here is, instead of coming out with your team through here, going up and taking this high ground up here. You take this high ground here, yes, it leaves you exposed to, say, their Genji diving in on you, or the Reaper teleporting up to you to deal with you. But if that does happen, you can drop down to here safely and get to this Mega over here, or your team can start to aggress forward here, taking the advantage they would have here. Plus, when you're playing up here, let's turn this off. Look at all these free targets you have. You have the entire enemy team focused on barreling in onto this point. This is just a day at the shooting range. It is free. They are free picks. You see Neeb out here as well. Yeah, down here as well. As Tracer, going to be on the ground more. Yeah, going to be on the ground more. Being up there, and just shooting down there isn't going to get Tracer a lot of value. So right now, he'll be able to go in and take out this very low health Genji and easily swing this fight. Let's see. Yes, and see, this is what I mean. Reinhardt playing around here, Zarya playing near him, Lucio doing Lucio things. This is what I want to see. Their Moira fate, when the Moira goes in like that is an absolute throw, and they should be punished. The call is made to aggress forward, and you end up cleaning up. He ends up going way too far forward. Like, way too far forward. It works out. It ends up working out, and he charges Shatter stupidly quickly. Yeah. This is what happens when a Reinhardt plays very, very aggressively on the other Reinhardt. Okay. You build Shatter like crazy. Notice, he's already used his Shatter The enemy is only at 48%. He's more than doubling the ult charge of the enemy Rein. This is why, as Reinhardt, playing aggressive is great. When you have a Zarya with you, you can be as aggressive as you want. But he kind of went Giga Chad on them here. Walked forward on his own and shattered them. Yes, I respect the alpha play, but it is a very scary thing to do on your own as Reinhardt. Right now, what he's doing is he's just scouting. Yeah, scouting where they could be. Notice how as soon as he sees that the enemy's coming from there, he switches off. He switches off from scouting and immediately goes in front. Yeah, in front of your entire team. That's what the Reinhardt should be doing. Zarya, you really need to be playing around your Reinhardt here. If you're worried about getting picked off, you can be playing around over here, lobbing in right clicks. Yep. And Lucio, you can be playing along over here as well with your Zarya. Ana and Soldier, playing back here is okay. Again, Soldier, if you want to, this high ground is also very free real estate. Notice a lot of free targets there. And if you're worried about people poking in at you, you have this pillar here to play around. Yeah. And this is actually an even safer spot for you to be now with your team playing here, because if someone comes in and try, say the Reaper teleports up here to try and get you, or the Genji dashes up to you, you just drop down and get back to your team. Very, very safe. Tracers on a flank angle, harassing. The Genji, their Genji did this a lot, where he would just dash into your back line, and try and kill off your Ana or whoever. Doing that is very, very dumb for a Genji to do. And I'll ask you this, why is that stupid for a Genji to do?
Because then they're losing a lot of their damage in the front line.
They are losing damage in the front line, but there's something else that's a little more important.
Everyone else can just peel and kill him instantly, and then it's a 5 versus 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If the peel comes in, it's an easy 5v6. When he dashes in like this, he puts himself in a do or die situation where he needs to get a pick to get the dash reset, or else he's stuck back here for 7 seconds. That's a long time to try and survive on your own. If your Zarya quickly spins around, gives your Ana a bubble and starts focusing him, his deflect isn't going to help against the Zarya. Yeah, he can't do that. If he tries to take out the Ana, has the bubble on him. Has the bubble on the Ana. Tries to go for the Zarya can bubble. Soldier, he can go for the Soldier, but personally, I'm not going to try and 1v1 a Soldier. I don't trust my Genji enough to do that, even at close range. So this is a very scary situation for Genji to be in. He ends up popping Blade to try and get the advantage. I love the beat in response to it. That's very, very good. You throw the nade out, also good. It forces the Genji into an extremely uncomfortable situation. He pops the Blade, so he does have his dash again. But notice how he gets no value from it and just ends up dying. That was very well done by you guys, and their Genji played that very bad. Just getting some scouting. Zarya, playing around your Reinhardt. Ana, you should be playing a little further back. But honestly, even if you're playing this far forward, this is perfectly fine playing with your team, but when you do, make sure your tanks are always in front of you. 100%. They end up getting the shatter, and they end up investing everything here to win. This what the enemy did is they over-invested in ults. The Rhine got a shatter. Yeah, the Rhine got the shatter off, and they thought, oh my god, we can win this. They got a couple of picks, pushed you guys back. The Sigma used Flux, got even more picks. The Moira used Cole, got even more picks. This is a terrible use of ults here. They could have won this fight with just a Shatter, or if they really wanted to, Shatter and Death Blossom. Those two ults would have been perfectly fine to win that fight. But because they overinvested, they're going to this next fight with only Death Blossom. Well, you guys are filthy rich when it comes to ults. So right now, you have many different combos you can do. You can Nano Visor here. You can Shatter. Yeah, you can Shatter and clean them up. Pulse Bomb and Grav. You have many different options for ults here. No, and again, notice how when the Rhine made it over here, he didn't start going forward. He waited for everyone else to get there before he started moving forward. I like you going to taxi our Ana. That's very good. Zarya, again, play around your Reinhardt. It's a little safer. The Nano Visor comes out. Playing on this high ground probably would have gotten a little more value from the Nano Visor. But now the Nano Visor comes and the Grav comes out. So going back here to try and focus them, I'm fine with. The Pulse Bomb comes, sadly doesn't get the stick, but you guys end up... Yeah, this was an overinvestment by you guys this time. You invest 4 ults here. That's a lot of ultimates. The Nano Visor, the Nano Visor was fine. Yeah, the Nano Visor was fine. It forced them back. If that doesn't get any picks, then you can think about using other ults. But yes. Yeah. Yep. So for this, in this particular case, your alt tracker would either be your Lucio or your Ana.
Another thing to consider is that right now, the player who is generally designated to play the Lucio is not here, and his replacement is a hit scan player. So
yes,
our usual alt tracker is not here. So
yes, that is
not
very
an
true.
excuse, but just
I 100% agree. It is. Yeah, I 100% agree. Tree is a hit scan DPS who, for OTW, he was put in because I lost a Mercy 1v1 against him. I don't want to talk about that. Tree should be alt tracking. He's not used to it. He's not used to alt tracking, so he wasn't really doing it. But when you alt tracking comes after a fight is done. You figure out what alts they have, look at what alts you have, and plan how to go accordingly. At the start, this can be a team thing. Just like, okay, what alts did they use? And you say, oh, they used X, Y, and Z. Oh, okay. Well, then they'll have ABC. Okay, so we'll go in and use these alts. Yeah, we'll use these alts in combo and clean up the fight before they can do anything. They shatter to make sure that they can't touch point. That is very, very good. Okay, Ruins. I know. I think this is your favorite map on Ilios Neeb. Is it?
5, 4,
Oh, really? Okay.
2, 1. Round 2. Capture
All right.
the objective.
So now with your comp, you have swapped out the Tracer for a Widowmaker on Ruins. This is beautiful. Ruins is very, very good for Widow. Very open sight lines. If the enemy was running a Widow as well, you would need to be very careful of where you could get picked from. On Ruins, you do have a lot of cover to play around, but you're always going to be forced into a position where a Widow can get a good sight line on you. So playing around hard cover on Ruins is almost a necessity. Their Lucio is... Hold on.
He's trying to
Yeah.
find the Widow. He's trying
Yep.
to find Widow, and he's just
Yep.
feeding in the process.
Yes.
I know the feeling.
I don't like this. No one turns around for the Lucio. Everyone's focused on the front line. Zarya very far forward. I would, again, play around your Reinhardt. Granted, I think in this situation, your Rein needs to be up here. But if you see this Lucio redditing here, I need people to turn around. Good. Turning around and focusing and getting the Lucio out of there. Their Lucio is honestly throwing by doing this because it gives you the advantage in the front line. Scare him back. Yep. Neeb does Neeb things. Good job taking out the Reinhardt. At this point, the advantage needs to be pressed, but your Ana is getting bullied. I'm hoping that he's yelling that... I don't remember if he was, but he needs to be yelling that he needs help at this point and needs to be making his way to his team. He ends up just backing further and further back until he gets picked. And the Genji is going for your Widowmaker. So while you guys were engaging the frontline battle here, there's an entire other battle going on in the back line. Granted, I think that what Lucio was doing should not have been done, but he does end up getting a pick for it. He immediately gets back to his team. Lucio, I like that you go back to try and help your Widowmaker out. That is very, very good. You're able to get there, help him out, and then quickly get back to the fight. While that fight's going on, notice how your Reinhardt doesn't go forward to this choke here. He plays further back. No, he knows that his Lucio is off helping your Widow, so he's fine giving them the space. Yeah, because he'll see if they start to come in. He'll make the call. They're coming in. I need you guys. I need you back here. He sees that, and Lucio quickly comes back. Luckily, their Genji just doesn't do good. And now you guys are up 2v4. Yeah, I mean 6v4. Notice how your Rein forces them all the way back. There's respect. Yeah, they gave him a lot of respect there. They were also very scared of Neeb. And anyone should be. Good sleep. Good sleep there. Shatter comes in. So the sleep there was good. He called it out. You two went and quickly took out the target. When there's a sleeping target on the ground, before you even attack, make sure that you're all ready and then go like, okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Kill the target dish everything you have at that sleeping target at the same time. There's no way that if there's a target asleep and your team is able to focus them down all at the same time, there's no way that they should be able to survive. I don't care what they have. The only target that could possibly survive that is a nanoed monkey that's primaling at full health. Yep. Again, this is the advantage of having an aggressive Rein. get so much space. The grav comes out, and so when using grav like this, yeah, this is something that you need to be calling out. Be like, okay, grabbing, 3, 2, 1, go. The grav comes out. Lucio, you start to speed everyone forward towards the grabbed enemy team. Everyone starts wailing in on them a lot sooner. Zarya in the back line. Notice, this is what I want to see. Everyone immediately turns around and focuses the Zarya out of position. That was great. And now, since everyone's together, you're able to hold at this choke. And they're scared out of their minds. They swap to the Hanzo to try and deal with the Widowmaker. Interesting choice. But notice how as soon as they find the Widowmaker, that's all they're focused on. They don't care about the front line now. They're just after your Widow. And this is something you can play around. Notice how the first reaction is to Reinhardt coming around over here, and Neeb immediately drops down back behind them. That was a great rotation there. Your Widow is safe. Your Widow is safe and is able to try and help out the fight. They use Tire and Coalescence though, and end up cleaning up. Ultimately, they won that fight by pressing Q. And they just forget about your Widow up here. And ends up getting spotted out, and I believe you die here. Yep. So now you're going in 5v6. It's a scary situation. However, since the one that died was a Widowmaker, they're not going to be on the front line. You can start trying to take space, but the engagement shouldn't come in until the Widow is at least spawned back in. Lucio needs to get back to the team.
Another thing to consider is that Zarya is still on their way back from spawn, so it's an even fight 5v.
That is true, yes. So now the fight starts to come in. The Shatter comes out, doesn't get anyone, and they use Beat. And we use our own Beat. And you pop Attack Visor here. I'm usually not a fan of using a very, very high DPS ults while you're grabbed. You're not going to get a lot of value out of it. What makes Attack Visor good is not only the fact that you're 100% certain that you're going to hit the enemy, but the fact that you're able to you're able to run around as well while doing it. When you're stuck in grab like this and you pop the Attack Visor, the enemy has two options that they can do. Number one, just continue focusing down the grab. You're in one spot. That's a very easy kill. And with a Junkrat, they don't even need to be in line of sight of you. Or number two, they can just get behind a Rhine shield. The Rhine can just hold up the barrier and let everyone else do the DPSing. They have more than enough damage output for them to take everyone out in your grav without the Rhine swinging. So that Attack Visor did not get any value there. I would say same thing with the sights, but Neeb is terrifying and gets 2 picks. By the way, how did you do that? I don't understand how you're able to get picks sometimes, Neeb. It scares me. Okay, the engagement starts to come in, the nano on the Rhine, and the skill orb. Gotta love skill orb. Yep, the shatter comes out, but the Rhine ends up paying for his hubris. Solo grab comes out. I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine with the solo grab to confirm a kill. Especially since you're at 99%, you just need one fight win. So this is good. Everyone should start playing together now. And now start going forward, making sure no one else can touch. Good pick. And well done.
Ready for battle.
Now comes the fun one, and I think this is where you guys get 1,000 environmental kills.
Something I noticed about this team, neither of their players throughout the whole match played any hit scan. Or
Yes.
almost any hit scan. They had 2 projectile players.
Yeah. Which is which isn't very good. You can, no hit scan players. That just means that Neeb was able to go uncontested when he was on Widowmaker. Yeah. The only way that they were able to contest them is by Genji or Lucio going in and making sure that he couldn't get value. Just by having a hit scan on their team, it means that Neeb needs to play different. If it was a soldier, he could still play the same style that he does, but he always needs to be aware that a soldier could still hit him at range, very reliably. Well, not as reliably as a Widow or an Ashe, but could still get the poke in. Do you end up going the Genji here?
3, 2, 1.
Yes, you do. So you guys end up rolling out on the Hog and Zarya. I kind of... Hog and Zarya, if you had asked me 6 months ago if Hog Zarya would ever be played, I would have laughed at you. Now we're in this situation.
Hog
Yeah.
Zarya mirror match.
Yeah,
And
the Hog
carrying teams
Zarya... Yeah, the Hog Zarya mirror match. The only difference... Yeah, the differences, though, are... instead of the Ana, they have the Moira. And instead of the Soldier, they have the Junkrat. Both are running Genjis. Both are running Lucios. Personally, I prefer your setup over here. There's one hero in particular that you have that they don't, that makes me justify that. What hero do you guys think that is?
Ana.
So Ana and Soldier are the 2 choices. So the advantage of the Soldier over the Junkrat is you have that longer range poke. Junkrat is very good at shutting down Brawl styles. Yeah, because Brawl, everyone is grouped up together. He can just rain nades in and destroy them. What's being run here is a more poke style. Hog, the Hog and Soldier are able to get a lot of good poke in. Zarya can get good poke in as well, but she's a lot better in a brawly style. Lucio better at brawl. The Ana very good at poke. So I like this Soldier over the Junkrat, but Junkrat can still work. Personally, I would say the Ana is what makes this choice, is what is the big advantage here. The biggest reason why is with their support, with the support line that they have, the Lucio Moira, this is a brawl-centric support line, meaning everyone's playing together, grouped up. But you have people like but you have Genji, who wants to go off on his own and try and poke from a different angle. Hog, everyone has had this in their comp games before, where they have a random Hog in their back line. Hogs will love to do that, and having an Ana there can help facilitate that. But the big reason why I prefer the Ana over the Moira is Ana isn't going to run out of healing resource. And Ana has nade. The nade is massive. If you throw an aggressive nade, Moira is all of a sudden completely useless. She can't do anything if someone is bio-naded. Absolutely nothing. They need a waste of Zarya bubble to clear just one of them. But remember, with their support line, they need to be playing closer together. So you're going to be hitting more people with the nade. That's why I prefer this Ana pick. So right now, good hook. And you can already see the advantage that's being played here. You have the Zarya and Soldier together getting good poke in, Hog poking from a different angle, Genji coming at them from a different angle here. They're having to stay grouped up like this, even though the heroes that they are playing want to be poking at them from different angles as well. It's fine for Genji to be here because he can escape easily and get back to healing.
The objective is now active.
They end up going you guys end up aggressing far forward. Neeb just getting dash resets like they're nothing. And you guys cleaned it up. The reason why you won that was because you were able to come at this fight from different angles, and they weren't. Purely because you had an Ana and they had a Moira. So in this neutral game, Soldier, you can come and take high ground up here. Getting high ground is what you want to be trying to find. So up here is very good. You can see them coming, start wailing away, start shooting down at them. Get kind of like what Neeb is doing up here. He's playing up high, able to poke in and scout out where people are. Ends up, oh my god, going very aggressive in and ends up forcing a pick out of the Genji. The Hog ends up coming around. I believe you call that. And people start to rotate around, and the Grav comes out here. Again, when you're grabbing, you want to coordinate that. Say like, okay, grabbing 3, 2, 1, go. And then you can go in, grab whole Hog. Not the biggest fan of, but it can work. Yeah, but I was...
It was Nano on Lucio.
The Nano loot. Hey, I mean, Boostio is always meta. I don't say that because I accidentally Nano Lucios. But we end up forcing them back. Good sleep. The Riptire comes out and gets 2. This was because of an overextension there. Yeah, everyone started to go forward very, very heavily. Everyone was going forward very far, and it allowed them to funnel you into a small, narrow choke here, making it very easy for the Junkrat to just come over and tire you, and their Moira to apparently coalesce you. Because of that, they're able to take more forward positions and just clean up. At this point in this type of game mode, you want to stall at the point for as long as you can. Well, once you're down in a fight. This point is very easy to stall at because you have many different points that you can come in and touch from. Gets low, and immediately falls back to the Ana to get supported. So I would say this engagement is happening a little too early. Everyone wasn't back yet. But now with everyone here, notice how immediately your Genji's coming in from a different angle. Hog should be coming in from over here. Soldier, I would say go up with your Genji initially and start and come around to here, so you get a good angle onto site. The twin blades come out. Good beaten response. I love it. And they are now on the Pharah. So they end up running the Pharah with a Lucio Moira support line. I shouldn't have to say why this doesn't work very well. Pharah very, very poke. Pharah is the definition of poke. And they have brawl supports. That is not okay. Ends up paying for it. Again, multiple. Yep, 2 hit. It's not. Yeah, you're running a Pharah into a hit scan when you don't have a Mercy. or even an Ana, that's just a big yikes. Good hook. Good kill. End up going in with that your dash, but you're able to get back safely. And this is pretty good right now. Again, I would kind of this is pretty good for you, soldier. But as soon as the call is made that they're there, you need to back up. Your job is to focus down that Pharah. But oh yeah, that's right. They don't even touch. Oh no, they did. But you guys clean up and end up winning. So with that comp that you're running, the heavy poke comp, you want to find multiple angles that you can shoot at the enemy from. Since they were forced to play a more brawly style, they had to find one target and go in on that one target. The way to counter that is to rotate smartly. Is to rotate based off of their aggression. So for instance, if they were going for your Genji, yeah, so this was in the first fight. Let me actually get back to that. Which was over here-ish. That's still a little too early. Yeah. So let's actually rewind a little more. This first fight, I think, best exemplifies why the choice of Ana works compared to what they were running. They need to play a brawl style here because of their supports, and so their goal is to rush in on one target and take them out. They could try and rush down the Hog. The Hog, having very low mobility but has very high survivability, is not that good of a target to try and rush in on. Especially with the Lucio play, your Lucio able to speed your Hog out into a safer position. Your Hog can rotate safely and get back to their Zarya. All of a sudden, that brawl isn't looking so good. You could go for the Genji, but the Genji is able to get out quick with dash, and the Genji can get back to his team over here. Yeah, and then they can rotate around. Yeah, they could try and go for the Zarya, but again, Lucio's right over here, can help to speed them back, and the rest of their team is there, they can rotate around accordingly. While you're playing the poke and they're playing the brawl on this point, you should be playing Ring Around the Rosie with them. They start coming at your comp this way, they start coming at your comp from here. You just rotate around and start getting different poke positions on this side. They try rushing at you over here. You just rotate around over to here and keep poking at them. You can do that endlessly on this point. That is why the Ana, that's why picking the Ana is what I would say is the biggest difference in your comp and their comp, and why your comp should beat them every single time, especially on this point. Does anyone have any questions about that? No? Okay. Honestly, I would say that you guys are quite good. I know for sure that you guys can easily climb. Yeah. The way that you guys are going to be able to do it is playing smart, by knowing where you're positioning. Just knowing where to play on a map, can easily get you a free 1000 SR. Yeah, being able to know where to rotate to if you're getting forced, if your position is getting forced out, that's another easy 500 to 1000 SR. Improving your aim and improving your aim and your resource management, that comes with time and learning through experiences. That is what will get you into even higher ranks. I'm really happy that you guys are are able to be in the situation where you're able to learn about, we're able to learn how to play in a coordinated environment, because it won't only help you out here, but it'll help you out in your comp games as you grind. But even then, this is just a team building exercise too. It can help you out in real life as well, knowing how to play as a team. Yeah. So, does anyone have any questions, thoughts, comments, funny stories?
No.
Favorite color? No. No favorite color. Okay.
Another thing I wanted to say, and again with the tank line, on the same coin where sometimes Tordman would get distracted in the back line, and then sometimes Plain Gazelle would get too far forward. The same thing would happen vice versa, where sometimes Plain Gazelle would get distracted on the Carter in the back line, and Tordman would be in their spawn. Like I saw that on, it actually wasn't Plain Gazelle, it was Sneaky playing, but on first fight Ilios Ruins, like Sneaky was on the back of the point trying to peel for a Lucio, or trying to peel for the Ana from the Lucio, and you were like behind their Rhine shield. Got anything, Abyss?
Honestly, yeah. Honestly, a lot of what I have to say just has to do with, goes back to knowing where to position. Again, like Neeb said, making sure you're taking high ground is what you want to be doing, especially as hit scan players. And tanks playing together, it's very, very important that you do that, especially when you're running a brawl style. Again, your main shot caller in the middle of a fight is going to be your main tank. So listen to their calls. They'll call out the targets. They'll call out the targets to go for, and you guys should listen. Listen to what they're saying and focus on that as well. Yeah, your off tank is primarily gonna be the one that's keeping their head on a swivel, keeping track of where everyone is on the team. If someone needs help in the back line, they can turn around and help out. You know, if they need more pressure on the front line, you're able to go and help out there. Off tank is a very, very demanding position. So being able to play around your team, yeah, is going to help everyone out greatly. Other than that, I don't have too much to say. No problem. Thanks. I'm glad that you guys were able to listen to me rant for an hour and a half. Usually I'm ranting about other things to students, but honestly, I'm glad I get to do it for Overwatch. Awesome.
Thank you.